True friends are always together in spirit. Welcome to BMC Newsline presented by Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers English News. Myself Shina Sultana joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
Bahrain issued monkeypox isolation guidelines. His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa ordered compensation for those affected by recent rainfall in the Al Lazi area. Shura Council Chairman highlighted Bahrain's strides in fighting trafficking in persons. 6 died in UAE due to flood. Brazil and Spain reported the first monkeypox deaths outside Africa.
Today's news in detail. Bahrain issued monkeypox isolation guidelines. Bahrain city added the rapidly spreading monkeypox virus termed by WHO as a global health emergency to the list of communicable diseases. Health Minister Dr. Jalila Al-Sayed Jawad said this makes it mandatory for anyone who contacts the virus to stay in isolation for 21 days. The WHO Supremo Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus had said that the risks of monkeypox, which spreads via close contact and tends to cause flu-like symptoms and pus-filled skin lesions, also was moderate globally except in Europe, where the WHO has deemed the risk as high. This is an outbreak that can be stopped if countries, communities and individuals inform themselves, take the risk seriously and take the steps needed to stop transmission and as well as to protect vulnerable groups. The best way to do that is to reduce the risk of exposure. That means making safe choices for yourself and others. Bahrain's health minister said that the isolation period for a person starts with the date from which a sample is taken and returned positive. An infected person will be isolated to receive necessary treatment and to stabilize their health condition. For someone suspected of having contact with an infected person, the isolation should begin with the date of the last contact. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister ordered compensation for those affected by recent rainfall in the Al Lawazi area. His Royal Highness Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa is City Directorate, the Ministry of Works and the Northern Governorate for the swift assessment of all flood-related damages and compensation for those affected by the rainfall in the Al Lazi area. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister further directed to follow up on the steps taken to develop sustainable infrastructure solutions in the aforementioned area. Shura Council Chairman highlighted Bahrain's strides in fighting trafficking in persons. Shura Council Chairman Ali bin Saleh Al Saleh has asserted that Bahrain has managed to reach a prestigious regional and international status as well as advance the leading positions in combating trafficking in persons as a result of His Majesty King Hamad's enlightened visions and approach based on consolidating the kingdom's role in promoting freedoms, protecting human rights and respecting human dignity. In a statement marking the World Day Against Trafficking in Persons observed worldwide on July 30th, the Shura Chairman lauded the kingdom's advanced system and modern laws to fight all forms of trafficking in persons. He commended the dedicated efforts exerted by the National Committee for Combating Trafficking in Persons, the NCCTIPS, to spread awareness on the importance of respecting human rights and contribute to the success of programs and plans aimed at fighting trafficking in persons. Al Hilal Hospitals and Medical Centers Bahrain's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness Prince Salman exchanged New Hijri Year greetings with world Islamic leaders. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa exchanged congratulatory cables on the new Hijri year 1444 with leaders of the GCC, Arab and Islamic countries. His Majesty the King expressed most sincere congratulations on the occasion, wishing them abundant health and happiness and further growth and prosperity to their countries and peoples. His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, had also exchanged congratulatory cables with Arab and Muslim leaders, Crown Princes and Prime Ministers on the occasion of the Hijri New Year. Interior Ministry's security efforts contributed to reducing rainfall impacts. The relevant security directorates at the Interior Ministry have made intensive efforts during the heavy rain in some areas in Bahrain. The efforts include regulating traffic and dealing with cases received by the main operations room. The Operations Directorate activated the emergency plan in coordination with the Northern Governorate Police Directorate to bring situations on roads and areas back to normal. Traffic patrols dealt with rain effects by assisting drivers with their future faculty cars and making the required road diversions to protect lives and property. The civil defense dealt with some rain-related cases and used pumps to drain rainwater in cooperation with the Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture Affairs and Works Ministry. The Directorate of Media and Security Culture continued to carry out its awareness roles through the website of the Police Media Center and social channels. Verdicts Implementation Directorate took part in seminar. The General Directorate of Verdicts Implementation and Alternative Penalties of the Interior Ministry has taken part in a seminar on alternative sanctions at the Syed Hashim Weekly Majlis at the invitation of the Nasser Al-Hashimi from Bahrain. The participation was part of the Directorates of the Interior Minister General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa to promote community partnership. The Directorate has been participating in open seminars to interact with the public. The Directorate's representatives highlighted the goals of the penalties, including rehabilitating individuals and reducing the social effect on inmates and their families of being in prison. Also, they have added that expanding the implementation of alternative sanctions and launching the Open Prisons program represent a turning point in the human rights system in Bahrain. Now, we shall go for short commercial break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back. Works Minister and Northern Governor inspected Al-Lazi area. Work Minister Ibrahim bin Hassan Al-Hawaz and Northern Governor Ali Abdul Hussain Al-Asfour visited Al-Lazi area and assessed the necessary measures taken to limit the damage caused by rainwater. The visit came upon the directors of His Royal Highness Prince Salman, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, to limit the damages resulting from rainwater and to compensate those affected in Al-Lazi area. The two officials monitored the steps taken regarding the development of sustainable solutions for the infrastructure in the area. Saudi Civil Defense warns of thunderstorms until Wednesday. Saudi Arabia Civil Defense on Friday urged the public to take caution as it warned of chances of thunderstorms in parts of the kingdom from Saturday until Wednesday. The authority also said that the regions of Asir, Najran, etc. will be affected by the moderate to heavy rain and brisk winds which may lead to torrential flow, and the regions of Riyadh, Sharqiya and etc. will be affected by light to medium rain. Spokesperson Colonel Muhammad Al-Hamadi called for caution against against potential dangers of the weather, to stay away from places where torrents gather, and to abide by the instructions of the civil defense announced through various media and social networking sites in order to preserve their safety. Saudi announced over 11,500 teaching jobs. The Ministry of Education announced on Thursday 11,547 teaching jobs under the official contract system during the academic year 2022 to 2023. The ministry said that this will further contribute to achieving its strategic objectives by actively investing in the human costs as well as of the education sector, as well as keeping pace with the continuous improvement of learning skills. In addition, the move will provide the necessary manpower to implement the advanced academic plans. The ministry said applications will be received from July 31st through August 7 via Master platform of the Ministry of Human Resources Society Development. 6 died in UAE due to flood. 6 people died in the UAE amid the heavy rains and flooding that hit parts of the country on Wednesday, the Ministry of Interior said in a video statement. The 6 deceased of the Asian nationality, while the search remains underway for another expat. The Director General of MOI Federal Central Operations Brigadier General Dr. Ali Salim Al-Tonichi said in a video. The most affected cities include Sharjah, Fujairah and Ras Al Khaimah, where the field teams are still carrying out evacuations. He added that 80% of the individuals who were exposed to the floods have returned to their residencies in the past 2 days. Brazil and Spain reported the first monkeypox deaths outside Africa. Brazil on Friday reported the first monkeypox-related death outside the African continent in the current outbreak, shortly before Spain confirmed Europe's first known death later in the day. The Brazilian victim was a 41-year-old man who the country's health ministry said that also suffered from lymphomia and a weakened immune system. In Spain, authorities did not immediately release details of the person who died from the disease. A WHO report from July 22 showed that only 5 deaths had been reported worldwide, all in Africa. Brazil, along with the US and Canada, is among the countries most affected by monkeypox in the Americas, with more than 5,000 cases recorded to date, the Pan American Health Organization reported. With this, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Love English at 7:30 p.m. Thank you so much for watching. Signing off, Prishna Sultana. Good night.